Craziest looking hail I've ever seen in my life.
That's
we don't get
not
anything
good.
like this.
Well, that looks like really bad. From what it's way worse than what I've seen ever.
Mostly good. That is a piece of hail.
What? Okay.
I picked up.
No way. Are you taking the mic? Welcome back to the channel, my wonderful people. Today, your fellow Gen Z Brit is going to be checking out British Thunderstorms. Ain't got nothing on America. Coming from Lawrence's channel, aka Lost in the Pond. So I'm going to see what he's got to say in this. Let's just see what this one's all about. I feel like this one's going to be drastically different when comparing both of the British and the US natural hazards, let's say. Of course, guys, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Hit road to 60k. Join me on the journey of curiosity. And of course, don't forget to smash that like button, guys. The support is very much appreciated. Shout out to you guys that have been helping boost these videos in the algorithm. You guys are the best. But yeah, guys, look, with that being said, let's dive on into this one, shall we? Let's go.
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to storms. So I was about to leave the house and take my puppy for a walk when I looked at the weather reports. Apparently, at the time of filming, Mother Earth is angry with Chicago and the rest of the Midwest because she's sending us some very unpredictable weather over the course of the next few hours. But I'm an optimist. I'm somebody who likes to turn a negative into a positive. So since we've got this stormy weather coming our way anyway, why not make a video called British Storms Ain't Got Nothing on America?
That's
but
how
before
he's
I do
turned
that,
it.
I've got a few minutes before the storm is projected to hit us. So I'm going to take the puppy for a quick walk and I'll be back in just a moment.
And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do that now.
Yeah, guys, link to the original video will be in the
Arthur,
description below. Definitely check out Lawrence's channel, man. Great videos on there. And yeah, man, I'm already kind of scared getting into this because I'm going to be going to the US quite like here and there, you know, throughout the year. And I was in Chicago not too long ago, so eesh.
Subscribe to this channel, do that now.
I'm really curious to see what
Well,
they're
Arthur,
going
I
to say.
think the weather reports must be wrong. It's really dry out here. Where are you going?
Oh, Arthur, you know I haven't run since the camel incident of 1998.
What?
Keep going then, Arthur. Keep going.
That's a cute dog.
The rain's coming. We've got to get home.
Good doggy.
During my time living here, one thing that's really stood out to me about Midwestern storms is that in the hours and even minutes leading up to them, there's often no hint of a storm at all. Things can be entirely placid, but then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Mother Nature lets out one huge wind gust.
That doesn't look
And as
too
that
bad.
wind blows the leaves around like ants in a tumble dryer, there's something else that accompanies it. Really f***ing ominous clouds that look like they're going to devour the motorway. And I'm often told that when clouds have those little pointy bits hanging off them, you've got to be a little bit careful because that could be the precursor to a tornado. So far, we've got nothing like that on the horizon today, even though much of the Midwest has experienced that recently. And now that I think about it, it could happen. But thunderstorms, that's what we're here for. Let's see how it's getting on. Amazingly, amid all of this
Why
rumbling
did he
that's
just
going
come
on,
up into the camera like that? Oh, this guy's an actor. You guys are telling me that for those guys that are familiar with Lawrence, that he actually did do acting at some point, which would make complete sense. Like, I can see that at some point.
Amazingly, amid all of this rumbling that's going on, my animals have been handling it quite well. I was never really concerned about my cat, who's experienced this many times during the 13 years he's been on this planet. Thankfully, unlike some cats, he's not under the misapprehension that he's hearing a giant vacuum cleaner, and just looks at the storm with the scorn that it deserves. And Arthur, a little puppy, experiencing his first ever thunderstorm, at least on my watch. And mostly, in terms of the thunderstorm, he's fine. He spent most of it chewing on his toy because he's going through some dental pains like all puppies do at this age. Poor little bugger.
By far and away, the southern United States sees more thunderstorms than anywhere else in the nation, with Fort Myers, Florida recording an average of 89 thunderstorms per year.
What? 89?
But I've just learned
89 is crazy. 89 is crazy. And I was literally just in Fort Myers not too long ago. I can't believe that. And it just makes me wonder, how do people want to live in these places? Like, obviously in the UK, like, we're notorious for like how it's always raining and it's like gloomy skies. But it seems like in some parts of the US, there's like, you know, thunderstorms take what I know to be to a whole new level. Like, what?
They're recording an average of 89 thunderstorms per year. Mental. But I've just learned that one of the most devastating thunderstorm complexes occurred here in the Midwest. Back in 2012, when I was still living in central Indiana, a fast-moving derecho emerged in Iowa before sweeping its way through Illinois and then clear to the Atlantic coast. On its path of destruction, it claimed the lives of 22 people and brought damages of $2.9 billion. And having experienced the derecho of 2020, I'm familiar with how such storms often coincide with the hot temperatures of summer. But they're not uncommon here in early spring, as the thermometer flirts with the 60s, the temperature, not the decade.
Anyway, I think you're going to want to see this because in the last few minutes there's been a development.
Yeah. It is still coming down. Yeah, that is the craziest looking hail I've ever seen in my life.
That's
we don't get
not
anything
good.
like this in
Whoa.
the UK.
Yeah, this is, I've never seen anything like to this level. I've seen hail, but not like these look like whole, I don't know how zoomed in he is, to be fair, but that looks like really bad. From what, it's way worse than what I've seen ever.
Mostly good.
That is a piece of hail that
okay.
I just picked up from the ground outside. It is...
Lord, that's not real. That's not real. No way. He's put that in his fridge. He's just, he's just trolling. Are you serious? That's falling out of the sky. Are you taking the mic? Are you actually taking the mic? Because there's no way. Sometimes you just gotta laugh because this is crazy. That's the only way I can laugh through the pain, laugh through the anxiety. How you guys live there is insane to me. Like, what?
Mostly good.
That is a piece of hail that I just picked up from the ground outside. It is definitely the biggest piece of hail I've ever had in my hand. And I have to drop it now because it's melting.
Whoa.
America is no stranger to large pieces of hail that hail from America. In fact, by comparison, some pieces make the segment that I held in my hand look like a fairy fly, albeit a frozen one. You see, I read today that in 2010, a piece of hail measuring almost 8 inches in diameter came down in Vivian, South Dakota. It remains the largest hailstone ever recorded in the history of Earth's history. The second largest was found in Nebraska some 7 years earlier, proving once again that everything is bigger in the United States. Except Q's, but that's irrelevant. But in my neck of the woods, the hail lasted all of 60 seconds.
And just like that, as was the case before the storm started, everything is now placid. The storm has stopped, which is good news for Arthur because we can now take him on that longer walk, and I've just realised he's going to run through all of the sloshy mud. All right, Tara, are you ready?
It turns out neither of us were ready for what happened next.
Uh-oh.
Ominous. Do you think that's the end of the world? Or just the coming of a tornado?
Is that a siren going on?
Neither. Probably just tested it.
What's that sound? What is that? What?
Probably go and find out.
This was no test. Just when we thought it was safe to go back into the water, an even bigger shark was emerging from the deep. The Chicagoland area was under a tornado warning. And to be clear, the shark bit was a metaphor, I hope.
Yeah, I know you like looking at the wind, Kafka, but we've got to go.
So, currently in the Pittsburgh potty, I have toilet roll for no real reason. We decided, since it's only a few minutes, this tornado warning that's in effect, we wouldn't bring down the whole crate, we'd just bring him down on a leash and let him roam a little bit. Kafka doesn't have that luxury, because if he did, he would tear Arthur to pieces, not literally, but they do tend to fight. So yeah, we are just seeing it out. It's supposed to only last about 12 minutes or something like that. And that's pretty normal. I mean, these tornado warnings don't last long. The weather systems move pretty fast. Kafka's trying to escape as we speak. You want to any
Okay, they don't last long. In my head, I'm thinking they're going on for hours and hours, and then it's just long, and then I still can't get over how big that hail was, man. Like, that's like, if that falls from the sky and it hits someone on their head, you're done for, right? Like, that's just going through your skull or something, no? Crazy, man.
The systems move pretty fast. Kafka's trying to escape as we speak. You want any words for your audience? I know, I hate putting you in here, but, you know, gotta take these precautions. And I'm tired. Among the world's countries, the United States in particular is synonymous with tornadoes. In fact, of the 67 tornadoes powerful enough in history to have been classed as an F5, 59 were recorded in the US, and that number is even higher if you account for Brock Lesnar. And in 1925, one of those F5s became the deadliest in US history when it ripped through Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana along the longest tornado path ever.
Guys, no way that's a real tornado, right? That's just like CGI or whatever. Like that's some edited you know, tornado, right? Like, no way that's actually real footage.
History when it ripped through Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana along the longest tornado
No
path
way.
ever recorded.
I refuse to believe
In
that's
total, this one tornado claimed the lives of almost 700 people, the vast majority of them right here in Illinois.
Well, after all that, according to the radar, it really is all over now. So, Arthur, you've earned a trip to the dog park. And I'll be honest with you, it's completely and utterly a little bit not surprising that Arthur wasn't scared of the thunder, because he's not even afraid of the big dogs. And I have to admit, he played with them in a manner that was admirable and disgusting. There was a lot of cleanup after that.
Right.
Well, after all that drama, that's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever experienced a storm quite like this one. I'm Lawrence Brown. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and be sure to subscribe to this channel so that I don't have to. And a big thank you to my patrons who make these videos possible. They even paid for the thunderstorm. If you would like to become a patron of Lost in the Pond and support everything I do, you can do so today at patreon.com/lostinthepond.
Shout out to
Until
that,
the next
man.
video, goodbye. Hello,
Shout out to Lawrence, man. Yeah, that was an insane video. And to confirm the title of this video, British thunderstorms definitely have not got anything on America. Like, when was the last time we even had a thunderstorm? Like, if at most it's just intense rain and like it's mild. Like, it's nothing like from what I've seen, what I saw in this, and it's not that often as well. Insane, man. Like, I feel like the more I need to know more about how these thunderstorms work to kind of internalize it a bit better, because from what I hear already, like when I hear 89 thunderstorms in like Fort Myers or something like that just sounds crazy to me. But then I might be thinking it's worse than it actually is, even though it's bad, even though there have been some, like, you know, natural disasters or hurricanes or whatnot that I've heard are crazy, like, and I've seen some of the destruction in some of these pictures and stuff, and it's like, it's crazy to even think that weather can do all of that, because I've never experienced something like that. So I can't imagine for those guys that have experienced those kinds of disasters just how bad they are. Guys, look, let me know how this video impacted you. Let me know if share some, you know, memories of some of these storms or whatever. Like, shed some light as well for fellow Brit, man, because I'm not as aware of how bad they are, or whether I'm misunderstanding some parts and here and there. But yeah, shed some light on this for me if you guys don't mind, and comment below. And of course, if you made this point in the video, comment down a red hearts. I know who my red ones are. Oh, #flex for those guys that don't have emojis. And as always, guys, I love all you guys who watch through to the end. You guys are the best. And if you want to check out some more of these kinds of videos where I dive into some more stuff to do with America, I've got a playlist linked at the end of the video. But guys, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.